to Fia from CPH. Whoopoo.
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 Whoopoo. And we are just moments away from the start. Ladies and gentlemen, let's cheer them on. The 2017 ISA World Sup and Paddleboard Championships getting ready for the start for the men's technical final. And there's Kelly French lining them up, backing them up, making sure we have a clean start. We've had all clean starts all today. What happens if we have a false start, AV?
So if there's a false start, the first one will be charged to the field. They'll bring everyone back. A second false start, the individual that breaks the line will be disqualified.
And we are ready.
So that's Noah Hopper, and then we have our Spanish competitor, Jurgi, and then Marcus Hansen, Vinicius Martins, Mo Freitas, Connor Baxter.
A little bit of creep from one of the Hosulio brothers.
Yes.
But he got back in time.
He got back in time, and we saw somebody go down. That was Arthur Rukin going down.
Casper Steinfath with a huge lead going out in the front.
Yes, Casper known for a start, and like we talked about, Noah Hopper on the right side of the screen, and Noah's got the inside. Connor Baxter right next to Noah Hopper, but Casper Steinfath out to the lead.
Can he hold on to this lead? Drew, they're heading towards you. What do you see?
I'll tell you what, I see 30 paddlers paddling their hearts out, all blazing towards this white Red Bull start buoy. But yeah, you got to give it to the man himself from Denmark, Casper Steinfath. No shocker here that he would get the whole shot in this contest.
Well, you've got Giorgio out behind him. You got one of the Hosulio brothers. You got people left and right coming right at you.
Yeah, I mean, it's hard to really see who's coming in at me right now because they're all kind of bunched up and making anybody out, but it's going to be straight chaos. They're going to get this drone right above the buoy turn here so you can see how much chaos is going to be happening at this start buoy here out in the first part of this heat there.
And here comes Connor Baxter.
Yep, Connor Baxter making his way into second place. So Casper Steinfath in first, Connor Baxter second, Giorgio Gomez right there we saw in third. There's two Hosulios in there as well, and Noah Hopper is right in the mix as well.
All in the clean water. Look at this. Here we go, ladies and gentlemen. Casper Steinfath, Connor Baxter trying to take the inside, almost clipping down Casper Steinfath. And look, someone fell off in third place and going back.
Wow, that's going to be tough to make up that ground, but Mo Freitas on the inside had a great turn as well. So two Hawaiians out there in the top five. There we see Vinicius Martins on the right-hand side of the screen. Arthur Rukin with the red board trying to make his way back. And look at how technically sound these guys are, making great turns right there and staying on their boards. So currently Casper Steinfath on the right, then Connor Baxter with the visor, also Bruno Hosulio with the visor. And then you've got Noah Hopper in the pink hat. And there's the young Danish competitor, the 16-year-old Christian.
Christian Anderson now making his way in this big group. And here we go, Drew. And they're coming towards you again.
No, they're making their way across the way. But you tell you what, AV, you weren't far off. Giorgio Gomez with a fantastic buoy turn there at the start buoy. So that's a big win there for Team USA.
Yeah, and Giorgio Gomez, he's on the outside. He's going to have to make sure he doesn't let those guys pinch him out. So Giorgio's got to make some moves. If he can stay with that front group, I think Giorgio is the fastest runner of that group. He trains running a lot, but this is where all the guys are going to put the hammer down. You see Lincoln Dews making a move with the green board and the quick blade headband right there. But Casper Steinfath out to the front once again.
Okay, Casper takes a look. He's a goofy footer, so this will be a toe side front forward maneuver along with Connor Baxter.
Yes, and then we see Lincoln Dews has made a move, and also Giorgio Gomez. See Giorgio getting pinched right there, and Arthur Rukin goes down again.
All the French are having a hard time in the start of this race. This is the start of the first starting lap, and then they'll be coming one more turn and then coming towards the chicane.
So here you see Casper Steinfath, the goofy footer, making that turn easy. Connor Baxter, the goofy footer as well. And then Lincoln Dews puts his board through his legs, and that is textbook right there. That's how you do it. You step right over.
And Bruno Hosulio almost fell off on his board. He was off balance on the turn. He misses a few paddles, and here we go. Connor Baxter now trying to make a stroke, and look who caught a little bump. That was Casper.
Yep, and Connor's going to return the favor right here. And I mistakenly called it Bruno, but it's actually Daniel Hosulio with the hat. So that's Daniel Hosulio who's in that front group. But Casper Steinfath, Connor Baxter, and look at Connor right there. He's putting the hammer down. There you see Lincoln Dews on the left-hand side of your screen. So there's 1, Casper, 2, Connor, 3, Lincoln,
All right, here we go. Connor Baxter and Casper Steinfath, 1 and 2. Cheer them on.
Oh, just listening to that crowd is amazing. And Connor Baxter looks good. He looks smooth through the transition. Casper Steinfath's going to have to make sure he doesn't let Connor get away, as you see the handlers doing their job. And look at Connor Baxter, straight up to his feet. Connor Baxter, followed by Casper Steinfath. So Casper is going to tuck in behind, take a little bit of a rest, and draft Connor out to this next turning buoy.
How exciting was that first lap? And we have 3 more laps to go, ladies and gentlemen, so hang on tight to your hats. This is going to be good. Drew, how does it look as they head back towards you?
I'll tell you, Connor Baxter, absolutely textbook entry back into the water there. Steinfath jumps to the inside. But watch Steinfath go around buoy number 4 and buoy number 5. He'll start making his way to the inside, trying to push Connor wide. That's been a strategic move for Steinfath over the years. Let's see if he utilizes it.
All right, there they go. Cheer them on, where you see a lot of great young talent running through the chicane here.
Yes, and you can just hear the crowd as young Christian Andersen, the 16-year-old from Denmark, trains with Casper. Casper's helped him out a lot. And right there's on the inside 145. That's Daniel Hasulio, Lincoln Dews, Mo Freitas, and then Bruno Hasulio right there in the mix. So the Hasulio brothers showing, oh, look at that wonderful drone shot right there as they make their way to the north side of the course.
Okay, here we go, Drew. They're right at you.
Oh, Connor Baxter caught a nice little bump into buoy turn number 5, extending the lead now over Steinfath by about 2 boards. Casper, unfortunately, just couldn't pull the power to get on that way, but now Steinfath has a little bit of work to do as 3rd and 4th just battling out Freitas on the outside.
All right, great call there, and here we go. Connor Baxter really sprinting in. He wanted that clean water turn.
Yeah, Connor Baxter is a genius at catching little bumps. He's done that in so many races. It will look like nothing, but you'll see Casper is going to work hard on this outside stretch to catch up to Connor. And there's a race for 3rd. Mo Freitas on the left, number 162. Lincoln Dews on the right, number 146.
And Lincoln almost lost his balance and fell off.
Yeah, that's the board I was on the other day, so now you know why I was so tippy. Lincoln Dews, I think, has the best run transition. So if Lincoln can stay, oh, we see at the top of the screen someone going down right there.
All right, this battle for first place, 3-time champion Casper Steinfath, 1-time champion Connor Baxter. These are the legends of our sport.
Yes, there's the last 4 winners of this event. And now Connor's going to have to make sure to not slow down so much that Mo and Lincoln, if Lincoln Dews can get with that lead group, I think he can make up a lot of ground during those transitions. But once we make that left turn, that's where Connor makes his move.
And they're catching up, guys. Here we go. Hawaii 1st, Denmark 2nd, Hawaii 3rd, and Australia 4th. That's Baxter, Steinfath, Freitas, and Dews.
Yeah, Dews is doing a great job hanging with the group. And like I said, once they make this left turn, Connor will have a chance to milk those little runs, which he can do absolutely better than anyone in the world. But these guys are going to have to work hard on the outside stretches of the course.
Mo Freitas and Lincoln Dews have been paying off. They have caught the lead group.
Yes, they have, and Daniel Hasulio is doing his best to stay with that group as well. There's 1, Connor Baxter, 2, Casper Steinfath, 3, Mo Freitas, and Lincoln Dews from Australia in 4th.
Well, last year, Hawaii had Kai Linney and Zane Schweitzer in this technical final. This year, they go back to 2015. It is Freitas and Baxter.
Followed by the brother Hasulio battle. The Sup Bros are battling for 5th and 6th, but Connor looks focused. He looks ready. He's got his Maui Jims on right there. Casper Steinfath right behind him with the hat backwards. Mo Freitas, nothing on the head. Lincoln Dews with a quick blade headband right there. Connor Baxter, beautiful crossbound turn right there.
And Casper Steinfath follows too. Backhand turn, that'll be Mo Freitas. Also backside turn for Lincoln Dews.
2 goofy footers, followed by 2 regular footers, followed by 2 brothers.
Doesn't get any better than this. Ladies and gentlemen, you are watching the 2017 ISA World Sup and Paddleboard Championships. Thank you, Fernando Aguirre, for all your hard work, for getting surfing into the Olympic Games coming up in 2020. And who knows, in 2024 in Paris, we could see this same race of Sup Technical, Sup Distance, and going down is Mo Freitas and Drew, and now going down on the outside, that is Lincoln Dews. Drew, did you see that?
Oh, a lot of trouble in buoy turn number 3 as Mo Freitas goes down, then bumps into Lincoln Dews, causing him to go down. But look at the push going on right now for 3rd and trying to catch 2nd and 1st.
Well, I tell you what, it didn't even look like Mo Freitas fell down. He's still in that lead group.
And now
Mo
Casper
Freitas,
Steinfath,
he fell off his board, but never...
Go ahead, Drew.
I said, and now, remember last year in Fiji, Casper Steinfeld was riding in third behind Kai Lenny and was able to catch that runner at the very end and take the gold. So don't discount him being in second. He's used to that.
9 minutes and 20 seconds. We have just completed course lap number 1 with 2 more laps to go.
Yeah, and there you saw Connor's fiance, Anae, handing him some water right there. Lincoln Dews, he actually ran onto Mo's board, which caused Mo to fall, which then caused Lincoln to fall, and now that gives Casper and Connor a bit of a break.
Wow, I'm exhausted, AV.
Yes, and look at these guys. You can see they're not really pushing the pace, and if they were smart, they would push the pace so that Mo can't catch up.
Well, Mo is pushing the pace. He wants to catch up. He doesn't want these guys to get any gap between them.
Yes, and right there we see Bruno going down. Sorry, that's Daniel going down.
Yeah, Daniel going down on the transition, so uncalculated error there, and these guys are trying to make up lost time.
Yeah, and it looks like Bruno Hasulia has made his way into 4th place, our winner from the distance race. He's going for another medal in the technical race. Mo Freitas has caught back up with Casper and Connor. Connor 1, Casper 2, Mo 3.
And Lincoln Dews 4, and the Sup Bros right behind them. Don't forget about Lincoln Dews, and there you go. Nice clean turn on the outside. And it looks like Casper on the tail of Connor Baxter.
Yes, and right there is Mo Freitas, and then we see Bruno Hasulia making his move as well. And then there's the green board of Lincoln Dews. So Lincoln's got some work to do. And who we haven't seen is the French competitors, Tituan, and we saw Artur fall twice. So there's our Danish competitor, Christian.
Cheer it up for Christian Andersen. Boy, this is a great race. And Drew, I mean, there's a lot of excitement. I haven't seen the world's best talent fall in the water so much on flat conditions.
You know, it's not as flat as it appears. There's a little bit of bump out here, and it is causing a little bit of problem for some of these paddlers. But I'll tell you, this transition, as the paddlers shoot back out from the exit run transition area from buoy 4 to buoy 5, is really proven to be a vital spot in this course. As you see Connor Baxter catching that little bump that extended his lead over Steinfeld by about a board length, but Steinfeld not backing off the gas whatsoever. So keep a watch on that area.
We sure will. That is a great point, Drew. And AV, how important was it for these guys to get out in front and take this position away from the pack?
Oh, it's huge. They get such clean water, and you look at that lead pack right there. But then we've got a couple more packs. In that second pack, there's 2 competitors from New Zealand, 2 competitors from France, 2 competitors from the USA, and then it's just a train of guys behind them.
Oh my God, we're halfway through this race, 12 minutes into this race. We are into course lap number 2, the run through the chicane, and then into their final lap.
Yeah, so there we saw Tituan Puyol. There's Paulo Marconi on the left. Also Arthur Rukin's red board, Marcus Hansen, Giorgio Gomez, Noah Hopper in the pink hat right there. So there's the second pack, and they're battling right there. And like I said, 2 from France, 2 from New Zealand, 2 from the USA, and they're going to be catching the 2 brothers and also the 2 Hawaiians and the lone Danish competitor, Casper Steinfath.
Well, Connor Baxter is in first, followed by Casper Steinfath from Denmark, Mo Freitas in third, and the Hasulia brothers, that is Bruno, in 4th place.
Yeah, Bruno doing a great job making his way, and this is where the action starts. Connor Baxter gets first crack at the little bumps. Casper Steinfath behind them, and just looking out at the surf, doesn't look like there's too many bumps, but Connor extending his lead right there. He's on a little bump. Connor knows how to do this. He's done it all his life.
Watch out the back. The rest of the field can catch these guys on the bump, and here they come, sprinting in on that inside far buoy.
Yes, and remember 2 years ago when it was Casper and Mo kind of let it was Connor and Mo kind of let Casper have the win. They drafted together the whole race. That was their team strategy. But Mo says, nah, I'm going for the win this year. Casper Steinfath, 2nd place. Connor Baxter 1st. Mo Freitas right in there in 3rd place.
Well, we saw in Saulita how Connor and Mo used the surf to get themselves way out in front, and the rest of the field couldn't catch up. Well, we're seeing little bumps causing Mo Freitas and Lincoln Dews earlier to go down, but right now Connor Baxter is leading the charge.
Yeah, and Mo Freitas, when he fell in, he didn't even get wet. He jumped back onto his board so fast, and there you see them digging down right there. So that's 1, 2, 3, 4 is Bruno, 5 is Lincoln Dews.
Let's go to Drew. You're watching these guys come in for their second lap.
I got a great shot right down the line now as Mo Freitas catches a little bump. and now start to pick up, and now Casper Steinfeld on that same bump, and they will all match up with Baxter coming into the beach. It is Denmark and Hawaii, tip to tip.
All right, so this little wave has gotten them through. This is the end of course lap number 2, and their final lap ahead of them.
How was that? The little wave, the Danish gods sent Casper a wave, and here is Connor Baxter, followed by Casper Steinfath. It's Connor, it's Casper, it's anybody's race right now.
I even saw Bossman running in the chicane.
And third place, Mo Freitas, don't count him out. Mo Freitas, and there you see Connor, perfect skim right there. Casper right behind Connor, and this is the last lap.
All the training, all the dedication, all the hard work's going to come into this final lap.
It's going to come down to one lap. Now, it's anybody's game, so you've got to be textbook here. No mistakes. The competitor that makes the fewest mistakes, and there is Daniel Hisulia right there, one of the Sup bros. They had to find their handlers, and he found a good one.
Well, there goes Osulio. There's our lead pack, 1, 2, and 3. 2 Hawaiians in that lead pack in first and third. Connor Baxter in first. The hometown Viking hero from Denmark, Casper Steinfath, the 3-time winner of this event, in second. And Mo Freitas, a runner-up 2 years ago in Saulialita behind Connor Baxter. He's in third place from Haleiwa.
And you can see how tired they are, but I think Connor's going to make a move right here. This is where he made the move the first time. You can see him come off that buoy, and no, he's not going to attack yet, just yet. So Connor playing the waiting game, and there is Casper trying to catch up, and there's some surf building behind them.
All right. Bruno Hosulia currently in fourth place or top 4. Here comes Christian Andersen from Denmark on the inside.
Christian Andersen having a fantastic race so far. The crowd is going to be cheering him on as he goes through the chicane. And Christian Andersen, an amazing stand-up paddler from Denmark, got pushed into his first wave by Casper when he was just 18 years old.
Well, Drew,
8 years old.
Drew, I know you're over by Big Pier, but you got a great ocean view of this train heading out in the lead.
I'll tell you what, absolutely spectacular. I want to thank my water safety caddy here. He's been caddying me around all day long out here in the water, but I'll tell you, Casper Steinfath looked super strong coming out of buoy number 5 right here, as he just seemed to put his head down and really turn it on. So keep an eye at this next buoy turn, you guys.
Okay, we sure will. Thanks a lot, Drew. And AV, there goes Christian Andersen in the chicane.
And what a great experience for this young competitor to compete in his first ISA World Sup and Paddleboard Championships in his hometown.
And it won't be his last.
It will definitely will not be his last.
Not be his last. You know, 4 years from now, he could be up there with Casper.
I would not be surprised if he was. He trains hard. He's got great technique, and the youngster has enthusiasm.
Okay, back out to the lead pack. Baxter, Steinfath, Freitas, 1, 2, and 3.
Wow, these guys are stroke for stroke. So they've got 1, 2, 3 more turns, 2 left turns and 1 right turn, and then it's into the wave zone and a sprint run up the beach. They must finish with their paddles. We saw a couple of years ago Casper's first win. Jamie Mitchell dropped his paddle, and Casper was able to run through the finish for his first technical race world championship.
Well, we know JM is watching right now. Jamie Mitchell, former world champion at the ISA, former 10-time Molokai champion, just recently won the Porta Escondido Big Wave event over at the WSL Big Wave Tour, and the Big Wave World season just getting underway with the Northern Hemisphere, and he's on pins and needles watching his best right here because he takes so much pride in this. And there we go, our top 3 over by you, Drew. And what do you see?
Well, I'm now running across the beach right now with all the Danish fans, and they are stoked as Casper trying to make a move for first place. Come on!
There they go, Connor Baxter, Casper Steinfath, and Mo Freitas. They are in a full sprint. Cheer them on. This is the final lap turn when they go one more time around the yellow buoy to come in.
Yeah, and it looks like Connor Baxter has just put it into the next gear. Connor's going to make this final left-hand turn as a goofy footer. That's going to be his fastest turn. And Casper Steinfath is right there, and Mo Freitas also right behind him. But after this turn, Connor's going to get first crack at the bumps and the runs.
You heard Connor Baxter in Copenhagen. I want to shock the world. Can he shock the hometown favorite? Here they come, the final turn, the final stretch. It's Baxter, it's Steinfath, it's Freitas, all up for gold, silver, bronze, and copper.
And you see Connor Baxter, he had a little bit of a smile. He felt himself getting a little bump. And look at Mo Freitas getting a bump, moving ahead of Casper Steinfeld. Mo might even catch up to Connor.
Here comes Mo Freitas from third to second to first. It's the two Hawaiians.
It's going to be a run up the beach between these two. Mo Freitas has entered into next level, and it's going to be a run up the beach, Bo.
It's going to be a photo finish. Who's going to win? It will be a Hawaiian. Oh, I believe it could be Mo Freitas.
It depends on where
the shocker.
Where was the finish line? Oh, Casper getting some high fives. Third place in his hometown. Excellent performance by Casper Steinfeld.
What a finish for Mo Freitas. He was in third. He caught that wave. How did he find that wave?
The wave found him, I think, and let's also give congratulations to Bruno Hisulio, copper medal. He won the gold in the distance race. Connor Baxter, silver in the distance, and perhaps a gold. I'm not going to call it officially. They were side by side, and there is Daniel Hisulio. He's stoked, and he's proud of his brother, and he's proud of himself. The two competitors from Hungary, and there's Mo Freitas.
Oh my God, they gave everything. There's Team Hawaii.